Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Chiranjit. How are you?
Fine, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes, Chiranjit.
ma'am, you are asking to fill a Google form, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am is can fill it tomorrow, ma'am? My parents and so it will be fine.
Yeah, sure. No problem. No problem in that. So, Chiranjit, we'll wait for the others also to join. Till then, whatever the yesterday topic we have done, revise them. Okay. The four topics we are done, the joints and the different types of the joints. So, revise them. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. We'll wait for some time for them. Advay, why are you late?
Ma'am, I forgot that the class was on the 5:20.
Okay, what about Advik, where he is?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Advik. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about the joints and the different types of the joints, and today we'll be discussing about the definition of the movable and the immovable joints. Let me share
Ma'am,
the screen. Yeah.
immovable joints mean that cannot move.
Yeah, they are fixed actually. They cannot be moved. Like in the skull, right? In the skull, whatever the joints we have, can we move them?
Ma'am,
We cannot, right?
ma'am,
Yeah.
no, ma'am. Only upper jaw cannot be moved. Lower
Upper,
jaw cannot
yes,
can be
lower
moved,
jaw
ma'am.
can. Correct. Right, right.
So
Lower jaw
the
can
mid
be
top,
correct. Right.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, probably we discussed it yesterday.
What you're saying?
Ma'am, this movable and immovable joint, we discussed it yesterday.
Yeah, we have discussed, but I think still we have not written anything about them, right? So we should
Yes,
write
yes.
about them. So first one is the immovable joint. They are often called as fixed joint. So since they are immovable, so that's why we what do we call them? We call them as a fixed joint. Okay. So since they are immovable, that is the reason we call them as a fixed joint. And allow no movement between bones. Children, kindly mute yourself. Okay. So what happened is like since we cannot move them, that is why the movement will not be there in them. Okay. These joints are interlocked. Now, why the movement? Why we cannot move them? Because they are interlocked. You might have seen like in the clothes also, if you are wearing the shirts, right? Your shirts are basically stitched from the side, correct? So through the machines, through the interlocking machines, what they are doing, they are stitching them. And because of that, they are held together by the connective tissues or they are fused together. So since they are bones, they are interlocked together. That is the reason what happened. We cannot move them. The places where the bones of the skull meet, which is also called as suture, meet are example of the immovable bones joints. So skull meets the places like suppose here I'll show you the picture also. So just 1 minute. Here this is a skull, right? Here you can see one line is here, then second line is here. These all are what they are the joint, but basically these joints cannot be moved. They are fixed one, right? So that is what they are, the immovable or they are the fixed kind of the joints called as. Okay. Then immovable joints are located in the bones of the skulls and the ribs also. Since ribs are also what happens, we cannot move them, right? They also have a fixed place. The only thing is they can be expanded, they can be contracted, right? So when we breathe, what happens? The air we will be taking inside, and when we release the gas outside, then the CO2 gas will be releasing outside. So that is also what immovable joint. Whereas movable joint, that is are freely movable. We can move them freely, like in the legs, in our hands, in the elbow, in the shoulder, in the hip. So many places we have these joints. So in freely movable joints, the end of the bones are covered with a layer of cartilage. So why we are able to move them? Because they are covered by the layer of the cartilage. And because of that, it provides a smooth surface in the joint. So in the case of the immovable, there was actually interlocking system because of which we were not able to move. But in the case of the movable, what do they have? At the end of the bones, there will be layer of cartilage. And because of this, the surface will become smooth and we can move them. So joints are the place where two or bones meet or come together. Example like ball and socket joint, pivot joint, hinge joint, and the gliding joint. Then hinge joint, yesterday we have discussed. Gliding joint, yeah, tell me.
Arms and legs.
Yeah, correct. Hinge joint, arms and legs, we have that, right? So it is also called a synovial joint that includes the ankle, elbow, and knee joints. Hinge joints are formed between two or more bones where bones can only move one axis. One axis means forward, backward, or like this left and your right, we can move them. Gliding joint, it is also known as a plane joint or the planar joint. It is common type of the synovial joint which is formed between bones that meet at flat or nearly flat articular surface like we have in our wrist. Fine, we have in the wrist. That is like allow only a small kind of movement. We cannot twist or turn our wrist completely. Only a small kind of movement is allowed in them. Then ball and socket joint. This is this is a type of the joint in which ball-shaped surface of one bone fitted in the hollow. So, like yesterday also I explained you what happened. There will be a hollow bone, and inside that cavity, the other bone will get fixed together, and this hollow space is called as a socket. SOCKET, socket. In this type of movement can be done in all the directions. Like yesterday we have done the activity also, right? With the help of the the cricketer will be bowling. So during the bowling time, what do? They rotate their hand completely and then they throw the ball. So this also has a ball and socket joint. Pivot joint, this type of joint allows movement in many planes, such as up and down, side to side movement. Like in the neck region, yesterday we have learned, right? So what happened? We can move left side, right side, and we can move up and down in this condition. So pivot joint allows for rotation, twisting, extension, and flexibility. So in the neck region, what happened? We can rotate, not 360-degree, but yes, a slight 180-degree, we can rotate them. Twisting, like you might have seen your parents, they will be, giving a jerk to the neck. That is what we call as twisting. Extension means we can stretch our neck a little bit. Flexibility means we can bend it easily wherever we want it. So this is the joint where our neck joins head and allow the movement of forward, backward, left and right direction. Then the settle joint, it is also known as sellar joint. This highly flexible joints are found in various places like the thumb, shoulder, and the inner ear. So basically, the settle joints are the small joints which are basically present in the thumb region. So here, like you can see this region, they have what? They are very, very soft kind of the joints which will be allowing the movement in our body. So they are the different types of the joints which are present. Am I clear? Advay, Advik, and Chiranjay?
Yes, ma'am.
Advik Panchkula, am I clear? Advik Panchkula,
Yes, ma'am.
am I clear what I have taught you to right now?
I'm just now I joined, ma'am.
Okay, we have discussed about the two types of joints, movable joint and immovable joint. Immovable joint, what happens? We cannot move them. Like the skull, I'll show you the picture. The skull we have, right? This is the skull. So in this part, we have the joint present here in the skull. But can we move them? Can we move them, Advik?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Can we move these joints?
Ma'am,
No. Okay.
No,
the
ma'am.
Yeah.
ma'am, the upper jaws we cannot move it, ma'am. Only down part we can move it because
Correct. Correct.
it is attached with something inside the skull, ma'am.
Correct. So we cannot move this kind of the joint, and that is why it is the immovable. Immovable joints are those joints which cannot be moved. Okay. So they are
Okay,
called
ma'am.
as fixed joints, and we cannot move them. And why we cannot move them? Because these joints are interlocked. Interlock means they are fixed together like this. Suppose this is the one joint, this is the one bone, this is the second bone. They both are interlocked. They both are attached together so tightly. And because of that, we will not be able to move them. Example is the skull. Fine. Example is what? The skull. Skull and the upper jaw. They have what? They have the immovable joint or fixed joint because we cannot move them. Then second one is movable joint. In this, we can move the body freely. Okay. Like in the finger. Can you move your finger, Advik? Advik, can you move your finger? Yes, Advik, can you move your finger? Advik, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we move our finger?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So why we can move? Because it is we can move because what do they have? They have the movable joints in them. That is the reason we can move them. Fine. So in freely movable joint, the end the end of the bones are covered with a layer of cartilage that provides a smooth surface. Advik, am I audible to you, Advik?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So immovable joints, they are those joints which cannot be moved, whereas movable joints, they are joints which can be moved freely, like the ball and socket joint, pivot joint, hinge joint, and gliding joint. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, children, write this 2 points, this 2 paragraph you should write. I'll erase it so that you can write it neatly. This 2 points you should write. Start writing this too.
Ma'am, we should write points also, ma'am. 3 points.
Yes, 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 Advik, you should write it.
Rar of
So immovable joint, movable joint. And yesterday we have discussed about the ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, gliding joint, and pelvic joint.
Yes.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So revise this till then. That's also completed.
Okay, ma'am.
Then Advik.
No, ma'am. Oh, ma'am.
Okay, do it.
Ma'am, should we do these two only in the class?
Yes, yes, only this two. Because already about the others we have written it yesterday.
Ma'am, then what is the next topic?
Okay, so now I'll show you. Okay, Advik, write it fast. Done, Advik?
Oh, ma'am.
Hurry up.
Ma'am.
Okay, okay. Let Advik also has completed. Done, Advik?
Oh, ma'am.
Which line are you writing now?
First one, second one.
Very slowly you are writing, Advik. Increase your speed.
Ma'am, we'll do more writing work.
No, I'll be showing you one video now. Once Advik complete, then I'll show you the video.
Okay, ma'am.
So the video is about the skeletal system, how the skeletal system dance. Advik, which line are you writing now?
Third line. Ma'am, third point, ma'am.
Okay, hurry up.
First of the joints of the body.
Do it fast, Advik. Done, Advik?
No, ma'am.
Which line are you writing?
I'm second line.
Hurry up, hurry up. Time is going to get over.
Ma'am, is it fine if we do the video tomorrow also?
Tomorrow you don't have the class.
Ma'am, so
Done?
No, ma'am. I'm not so example.
Okay.
I'm done, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll show you the video now. Okay. I'll play it. No, not this one. Wait. This one.
ये से लेके वो तक स्विगी इंस्टामार्ट पे सब मिलेगा।
in just 10 minutes.
Are you lagging behind on current affairs? Download in short.
So this is song
Show
related to
you're
the
up to
skeletal
date.
system. Listen to this carefully, okay?
Bones in an adult. Babies have 270, which fuse for this result. The skeleton is divided into two main zones, which are called the axial and appendicular bones. The axial skeleton is topped by the skull. Your brain is in the cranium, which acts as a whole. The mandible or jawbone is able to expand, which is useful for talking, as you can understand. The ossicles are small bones found inside your ear, the malleus incus stapes, which all help you hear. Sound waves are amplified by these three bones, and then move to the cochlea, which discerns the tones. The ribcage helps to protect the lungs and the heart, with 12 ribs on each side, the sternum in the front. Your vertebral column, made up of vertebrae, are stacked up very neatly in a vertical array. The cervical vertebrae make up your neck. The spinal cord keeps your reflexes on deck. The ribs are supported by thoracic vertebrae. Lumbar ones are at the end of the spinal cord pathway. 5 sacral vertebrae are fused to form your sacrum, which holds your upper body and is found in your bum. Below it is the coccyx, or the tailbone. In humans, the coccyx has not really grown. The appendicular skeleton, 126 bones, in shoulders, arms, and legs, as we have here shown. Your scapula, also known as your shoulder blade, next to the clavicle or collarbone is laid. You have 3 arm bones, 1 above and 2 below. Here they come together to meet at the elbow. The bones of the forearm are the ulna and the radius, the humerus in the upper arm, so don't you forget this. You have 54 bones in 1 hand and 1 wrist. Of carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges these consist. The proximal, intermediate, and distal phalanges make up your fingers, which you can move with ease. Remember that your hands are where you find the carpals, and the feet are where you will find all your tarsals. The hip bone can be divided into 3, the ilium, ischium, and pubis, as you can see. The bones in your leg, well, there are 4. The patella is your kneecap, and then there are 3 more. The tibia and fibula are found below the knee, and the femur's found above it, as we can all agree. There are 52 bones in your ankles and your feet. Once you know the hand bones, these will be a treat. There are the tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Remember that they are proximal, intermediate, and distal.
So this was actually a song related to the skeletal system. So I'll share the link of this video also, so that again you can go through it. And it has so many information, so much of informations are given in this video. Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. And Advik Panchgula, still I'm waiting for the notes. Yesterday's notes you have not shared yet. Okay. So today you have to share yesterday's notes. Okay, Advik? I have got from others, but you are remaining. Okay. You should share it today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, children. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.